If right now, I'm speaking to you, if you're dealing with a married man and you think that man is gonna leave his wife for you, you are living in the depths of the delusion. You're living in the craziest delusion ever. Hey everyone, welcome to my channel. It's Ifunanya Cindy. Welcome if you are new here. If you like what you see, hit the subscribe button. Today we are here to talk about The Polygamist on Netflix. It is a 22 episode series that has taken the world by storm. I just finished watching the series this morning and I have a lot of thoughts. This show is actually based on a book written by a Zimbabwean author. Her name is it Sue Nayati? They made the book into a movie. This show was a very, very, very hard watch. This show felt like I was watching a horror movie. I had to stop and pause multiple times. Episode 5, I had to stop. Episode 8, I had to stop. And then I was like, wait, isn't episode 8 the last episode? Like, isn't this gonna be like one of those series where it's just only 8 episodes? No. To my surprise, it was 22 episodes and I had to suffer through all 22 episodes. So yeah, there are going to be some spoilers in this review. So if you haven't watched and you don't want spoilers, go ahead and click off. I'm giving you a chance right now because we're going to be talking about everything. Oh my gosh. My South African accent might pop out here and there. Sorry. I also want to make another preface in the topic of polygamy. Polygamy has been something that has been practiced in many parts of the world. I am not bashing polygamy. Do I agree with it? Like, is it something that I would do personally? No. I do want to respect some cultures. This is obviously based in South Africa. I'm West African, baby. You hear the stories every day. Second wife, third wife, fourth wife, fifth wife. As we can see, this is polygamy done in an unethical way, a polygamy done with no morals. This is polygamy done the wrong way. I'm sure there's polygamy done the right way, child. That's all for the preface. Let's get into the review. Let's start off with the main wife, the first wife that we're introduced to. Her name is Joyce. Now, what we know about Joyce is she actually comes from a well-off family. She comes from wealth. She met Jonas when she was away in college, I think. That's how they got married. The main thing with Joyce is she is a brand ambassador for Ivory Oasis. It's really centered about like her perfect life, her perfect marriage, her perfect family. And you see in the show, people come up to her and ask her, how do you have a successful marriage? How do you keep the spark alive? Blah, blah, blah. She's kind of like idolized in that space. For her, it is hard to leave that marriage because she essentially built her brand. She built her business around her marriage and that man. Ladies, when we talk about decentering men, this is it. You have to build your life outside of a man. You have to center yourself and be selfish every step of the way. She found it very hard to leave that marriage because she had an image to upkeep. Her generation, it's what will people say? We stick it out through hard time. Basically what Jonas said, no one leaves this marriage until someone. And that's the mentality that they have. This is why it's very important as women to have your own thing before you meet a man, so that if you were to leave, you will be okay. You better not base your life decisions on a man, okay? If you get accepted into a specific college, you get a job opportunity, you have a chance to travel, whatever, and you're considering a man in that decision, that's a big no-no. I'm speaking to single women. I'm not speaking to married women. I am not married, so I can't speak to married women. I'm talking about single women, okay? And then we get introduced to the second wife, who we think is the second wife, Matipa. She's a special archetype. She goes after married men. Matipa is younger than Joyce. She thinks that because she's younger and prettier, I guess, she believes that Jonas will treat her completely different than the wife. And I'm here to tell you that is not the case. And she thinks that Jonas is going to leave his marriage for her. In my opinion, women who go after married men have a scarcity mindset because there are 8 billion people in this world and you couldn't find one person that you liked enough. It had to be your married man. The moment you see a ring on a man's finger, that should be your sign to step away. That man is not an option. Remove that fantasy out of your mind. Rarely do men leave their marriages for their mistresses. I believe most men are very selfish. Think about it. When you're married, you're intertwining 2 families, finances. There's so much to lose when you are getting a divorce. I don't think any man is going to ever leave a comfortable marriage where they're getting everything they want for their mistress. If right now, I'm speaking to you, if you're dealing with a married man and you think that man is gonna leave his wife for you, you are living in the depths of the delusion. You're living in the craziest delusion ever. My best advice for you is to leave that man alone. And yeah, she gets done dirty. She gets physically abused, emotionally abused, financially abused. That man leaves her. That man said, F them kids. Okay, she had twins. Just bad choices all around. Now we're gonna get to the biggest bird of them all. Essie. Essie to me is the biggest bird. Okay, like all the women are birds, but this is like 50 shades of birds. Like it's different birds. We got different types of birds. This is the biggest bird of all, in my opinion. And when I tell you, I know a lot of Essies, okay? The first place that Essie went wrong was giving that man money. Essie gave that man the money that she saved up to open up her business, her braiding salon. That's where she went wrong. She lives in, I guess, the ghetto, Soweto. Jonas got out the hood. Did Essie get out the hood? No. Essie's still in the hood. She essentially built up that man. She was staying around for potential. And when I tell you, women, that potential stuff, just dead it right now. You never hear a man saying, oh, she has potential. Let me stay around. She has potential. It's only women. Men are selfish. Leave that man. Like I said, I'm speaking to single people. Essie was single. She had no obligation, responsibility to that man. She did not have to do what she did. But she stayed around. And that man played in her face. That man got married to another woman while making promises to her. When a man is making promises to you, it's all words. We need actions. Essie was holding on to those promises that never came true. She is the biggest bird. And I call her the biggest bird because I feel like all the women have low self-esteem, and I am of the personal belief that the partner that you choose reflects your self-esteem. If you're putting up with a man like Jonas, I believe that you think that that's what you're good enough for. You feel like you can get better than a Jonas. That's what I believe. Your partner reflects your self-esteem. I feel like all these women have low self-esteem because they put this man on a pedestal. I feel like with the other two women towards the end, they were able to see Jonas for who he was. They still moved like birds. Essie was the only person that was not able to see Jonas. Like, she was cooking for him during his last days. She was doing all the things for him. And I was like, girl, you are a bird. Bird. Like, who steals a corpse? Has she met Jonas when she had her braiding business and she was like a entrepreneur? Like, how would she have turned out? Would Jonas ever approached her? I believe that whenever you're dating, you shouldn't date from a place of desperation or a place of lack. All right, let's talk about Jonas the demon. Honestly, all I have to say about Jonas is you can really see the thought process of a man and how men think. I have yet to meet a man that will put himself on the back burner the way women do. I haven't seen it. When I talk about lustful men, stay away from lustful men. If I were neighbors with the Gamoras, I would not let my children do no sleepovers, no nothing. You see men like Jonas put their wives through the ringer, and they genuinely believe that women can take that, like women can handle that. This man will go days on end without reaching out to his family. He would leave Matiba and those twins alone for days on end. And they believe that you can handle it. Oh, you're strong. You're a strong woman. You're strong. You can handle it. That's why he kept going, because these women absorbed the BS. You train a man how to treat you, and if you accept horrible treatment, that's how he's gonna treat you. I don't think he apologized. Did he say sorry? This man is not sorry. He will do it again up until his death. This man refused to take any accountability, any responsibility. Eventually, he got what came to him. He got HIV, which turned to AIDS, which was crazy because, like, why aren't you taking your art therapy? You could have lived longer, but I guess, you know, men like him, very egotistical. There's probably like so much shame surrounding HIV. He did not want to take the medication. He was doing his native remedies, and that man died of AIDS. Complications to HIV. I do want to talk about the children, and I don't hear a lot of people talking about this enough. Those children are going to go through years of healing, therapy, Jesus, okay? The amount of brain rewiring that needs to happen for these children to be functional, I fear is going to be like a lot. This is like a generational thing, because you see how Jonas grew up. I think he mentioned that his father was like a drunkard. You see how Jonas turned out, and then you see how now Jonas's son is a menace. He went from being a shy little kid to now being a WWE world champion, beating everybody up, slinging his schlong everywhere, literally became his father. Now you see how the effects of your parents, how it goes down from generation to generation, and literally everyone was scarred. They all had their faults in some ways. I don't think anyone in this show was innocent. Do you guys think anyone was innocent? Like, the only innocent ones in the show were the twins, okay? And the little brother. But Everyone there was a villain. It really matters who you choose as a partner because this is now your legacy. With the rise of sprinkle, like Wizard Liz, whatever content and hypergamous content, I feel like the messaging is like, do this so that a man will do this. And honestly, you cannot tell a man what to do. A man is going to do whatever they want to do. At the end of the day, they're human. You cannot control another person's action, but you can control your actions. And the moment there is disrespect, you don't feel the vibe, it doesn't feel good to you, cut it, cut it, cut it. I'm a lover, but I'm also a leaver. I attribute that mainly to my childhood. I was a avid reader, and obviously my favorite genre is romance. These fictional men, this is the love that I aspire to have. That fairy tale love, these women in the books, this is the kind of love that they get, and I deserve that as well. Okay, my delusions protect me. The moment it doesn't feel great to me, I'm gone. Obviously, I give chances to a certain extent and leave without a child. I feel like my standards has saved me from low vibrational dating experiences. For the most part, I've had very healthy, beautiful relationships, talking stages, dating, whatever. I've never been abused, never been cheated on. I'm not saying this to boast and say like, oh, I'm better, whatever, but like, I just think that my standards protect me. I don't think we're scared enough about STDs, STIs. You should not be giving anyone access to your body. It should be very, very hard for someone to have access to your body. They have to prove themselves to you. They have to give you a report. I personally believe in waiting till marriage and abstinence. And even then you still have to be careful because you, like I said, you cannot control a man and what he does. You can only control yourself. So protect yourself, build your life outside of a man. Don't give no man no money. If you see a ring on a man's finger, run. Okay, that's not your husband. That's not who God has for you. Hello. Make your own money. If you made it to the end of this video, thank you so much. I appreciate it if you subscribe to the channel. I do vlogs. Sometimes I do commentary. If you guys like this video, let me know. And if you guys have any other thoughts, anything that I've missed, let me know as well in the comments. And I will see you guys next week. Bye.